Alright, welcome back to the next video in this playlist or in this series. Okay, so in our previous video, we've been able to add a mass functionality to it, the sign, so that if you click on any of these math operations, you see them added onto your screen. Okay, the next thing that we want to do is that we are almost done. The next thing that we want to do is that whenever we click on these buttons, whenever we add or we carry out any of these operations, once we hit the equal sign, you should see the result on the screen. So here, if you do this, the correct result should be what? A -4. If you clean this and you do maybe 8 plus what? 6, you should see what? A positive 14, if you like 14. So you can only do that if you hit on this equal sign, and then it will be evaluated for you. So that is what we want to do in this particular video. I hope you are enjoying the series. So please don't forget to like, share, and then subscribe to the channel. Also hit on the notification button to be notified anytime that I add a new video, I upload a new video. Okay, I have a very nice project that we'll be doing after this one, so don't miss that out. So just quickly hit on the subscribe buttons just now, and then like the video, click on the notification button to be notified anytime that I upload a new video on this series, and then on the subsequent one that will be coming. Okay, so quickly solving this particular problem, we want to hit on the equal sign to see our result on the screen. Okay, how do we do that? So since this is a button again, meaning we have to create a callback function such that if you click on this particular button, then the onPress event will call on what? That function that we'll be creating now, and then we add the numbers and then put the result back on the screen. So let's see how. Now, so to do that, let's quickly go to the Kivy file, and then in the Kivy file, let's look at where the equal sign is. Okay, then here I like copy and pasting. It's my own code. So here the equal button, we want it to call a function. Okay, so if you press on that button, if you press on this equal button, what do you want to do? Okay, we want it to call a function, so I'll just call it sum. So let me quickly call it just equals, and then this will not take any value. Okay, so that if you press on this, it goes to the root directory or the root of this particular button, which is the calculator screen, and then there's a function that will be named what? Equals, and then it picks that. Okay, so getting to our main.py file again, the Python file, we want to create that equal sign. You can create it anywhere. Okay, so let me just create that down here, and then equals, and then give it the self parameter. Every function within the class, its bigger class, is called a method, and you should always have what? The self as its default parameter. Okay, so this is the equal sign. Now nothing will be passed to it. Okay, all that we want to do is that if that particular button is pressed, we want to get the value in the input text. So dot text again, we want to get the value in this particular here. So let me just print that before I come back to continue. Okay, so I save this. Now I go back to this because I changed the source code. I must run this terminal again. So if I have 2 minus of what? 5. If I hit, it should evaluate and put the result here on the screen. But for now, I'm just taking this expression and printing it on the terminal. So let's see if you see the result here. So once I hit this, why is it not coming? Oh, again, this application is still not responding. Let's wait for some time. Sorry for that. I want to finish the series here before I turn off the machine. So let's see. Let me just quickly close that. That is annoying. It happens. Even the applications that are even working, that has been built, there are points that they freeze. They don't respond. Okay, so you should also be expecting some of these things. It's just that I can't tell if you can handle your that particular situations if you are building or developing, that your program will not respond. But since it's an application, it's expected. Okay, so 8 minus of this, you just want to see the result in the terminal. So if you see, it has picked that value and then it's here. Okay, let's go back, clean this and write maybe 77, 78 plus, let's say any number, maybe 12. Once we hit this, the result should go back to the terminal. I hope this has not phrased again. It has phrased again. So that is what we are doing. Okay, meaning I have to off my machine for some time. I've been using this machine without turning it off for the past 2 days now, 2 or 3 days. So when I'm tired, I just close it, and then I'm sure that is also part of it. But that is fine. So we just go back here and then finish, and then we run the code. So now this value that I'm getting from here, I want to save it in a variable. So I'll just create a variable called expression. So whatever expression that you have, whatever mathematical expression, type on the screen, we pick that and we save it in a variable. In the case when I did the demonstration, printed it, you saw that whatever thing that you have on the screen is what we print on the console, on the terminal. So we just pick that and then we have to add them. Okay, so meaning that if there is an addition sign, then we just take that and add. If it's a multiplication sign, we just take that and add. Okay, and then if a division too, then we have to do that, and then it's going to be a whole lot of work. So if we are doing to do that separately, meaning that for each operational sign, the multiplication, division, the subtraction, and the percentage, we have to create separate functions for each. I don't know if you get that. You have to create separate functions for each, but we don't want to do that. So meaning for this, we'll create a separate function to do this percent operation. We'll create a separate function for this operation, this. So in all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll be creating a separate function for all these 5 mathematical operations. Okay, but Python already has that for us. So Python has a method or a function, okay, which takes string as its argument and then automatically loop through and then know what you want to do. Okay, and then it does it for you. So it doesn't matter how long the expression is or what you have inside. It automatically figures it out and then do that for you. So you just follow on that function. Okay, so and then that function is called eval, which means evaluate. Okay, so what do you want to evaluate? The string expression which we have in our expression here saved in this one. Okay, now it will return the result of the expression. So I just want to save that in result, a variable called result. I hope that is clear. Okay, so this is the result, and then I just want to print again on the terminal. So print result, and let's see before we look at how to put it back on the screen. So let me close this. I changed something, so I quickly have to save all of these things and then run the terminal again. clear the screen, and then run the terminal again. So this is what we have. If I have this plus this should be 10. So if I hit on the equal sign, we should see 10 on the terminal. Great. So you see that this operation gives us 10, which is correct, which is expected. Let's work with more. So maybe 78 minus, let's say, 8. What should be the answer? That should be 70. Great. You see that that is also on the screen here. Okay, let's work with some more. Maybe 100 divided by 10. I believe we get an error here. An error. The application will crash. Yes. And I know why. We will handle that in the other videos. Okay, maybe in this video at a go. Just that. Okay, so I expect this. So now, since it's working, the result is here on the terminal. All that we have to do is take that result and put it back on the screen so that we will not print on the terminal. So let's go back to our code. Let's go back to the result is already in this variable. All that you have to do is pick that and then use it to update the whatever thing that we have in there. So we will just pick again the IDs dot the input data that you have. You all know what the input data is from the text input dot the text, and then we will say that we will update that with what the results. So the result is the result of what we have here, the outcome of the evaluation. Okay, so that is what we have. Let's go back and run our code. Let's run our code and then see if you see that result on the screen. So this plus is 10. Okay, it crashes. Replace you. Okay, so I understand. We will quickly handle that. We will handle that just now. So the thing is that whatever, though this is taking out a string as its argument, it evaluates this and give you backward a value. But don't forget that value is either going to be a float or an integer. I mean a number. The result is not what? The result is not a string. So, but this input text always take a string. So meaning that we have to convert this from a number, I mean a numerical value to what? A string. So to do that, I'll just call that particular method to handle that for us. So this is going to be what? This, and this alone solve that particular problem. I know there will be other problems that will come up, but we are taking it one at a time. So with this, I can now save and then run. And if I do the 7 plus of this again, the result is now 10 on the screen as we expected, right? So let's clean this and then maybe minus of what? This, which is perfect. Great. So up to this point, everything is working. I can do the multiplication. It works. So here, I can take this number. I just need a small number times 2, maybe I get 10. 5 times maybe 9, something like 45. Yes, 45. So this is working. Now we have a problem which we must solve. Okay, that has to be solved, and this is where the problem is. If you try working with the percent sign, you will get an error and the application will crash. The system will go off. And then if you also try working with the division sign, the application will crash again. Okay, I know what I mean by that. So let me demonstrate that to you. So 45 divided by 2. Okay, equal sign should give us a result, but unexpectedly the application will close. Okay, now it is so because here we are using what? 45 divided by 2. Python does not understand this symbol that we are using. Okay, what Python understands is what? This for division. I don't know if that is clear. So let me quickly correct that here, and then I will still use that. I just want to demonstrate to you what we mean by that, or I mean by that. Where is my division? I think this is it. So this is the division sign. Let's change this to what? This. This is what Python understand, not the other one for division. So if you save that and then come back here and we are to run our app again, it works. We can now do our 45 divided by, is it that, do we click this sign, the division is what, a forward slash, divided by 2. Now because Python understand what, this particular thing, if you hit our equal sign, you see the result. Okay, now the same thing for what, this. Python does not understand it. So if you hit this again will crash and then off the screen will go. So how do we handle that? Here, I still want to use that character set. Okay, such that if I click on that, I'll see that character. But in my main file here, I'll just use a condition to handle that. Okay, I'll just use a condition. So let me just copy the Unicode file and then come here. Now, I'm handling the division sign first. Okay, so I want to handle the division sign first. So this is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. Before the result, I'll write a condition that if we have the division sign in it, and the division sign that we are using is this character code. So if we have that symbol in the expression, so if we contain the expression that we are coming from here has that particular division symbol which Python does not understand, if we have that in what the given expression, we want to change that. Okay, so we will reassign. We are just replacing, overwriting the expression value, and we are saying that the original expression value here, so this expression, we want to replace that with what, the division sign, because that's what Python understand. And since it's a string, we can just fall on what, the replace method in string. Now what do we want to replace is this character set that we want to replace. Okay, so I just copy that again and put there this character set. And what do I want to replace that with? I just want to replace that with what, the division sign. So and then save the result back in what, the operation. And this expression is not picking from here, it's picking the very last occurrence of that. So this, okay, and put that. So this handles that particular expression. Though you will see the normal division sign on the screen, the backend is not using that division sign to operate. It's using the forward slash that Python understand. So go back to this and then we run this. So now if I'm to do that same thing here, the division, we still see the normal division and divided by 2, because at the back end this has been changed to the forward slash. We will see what the result. I hope this is fun. Okay, the next thing that I want to work on will be this division sign, sorry, the percentage sign. We all know that 100% is 1. If you like, 70% is the same as what, 0.7, or 90% is the same as what, 0.9. So that if you press this and we hit equal sign, we don't have to get an error. Okay, so anytime that you have a percentage, 90% is just like saying that what, 90 on 100, or 90 divided by 100. So this is what we are going to do in our code, that everywhere that we see a percentage sign in the expression, we will just replace that with what, a division by 100. Okay, this is what I mean. So again, we will write an if statement and then look for what, the percent sign in the expression. So here again, this is the expression that we are considering. You see, if this is true, if this happens to be true, it changes that and then save the result in the expression. And if that is true and this is true, then this expression is no more this, but the last occurrence. So anywhere you see expression, is just for taking the last occurrence of that expression. That's all. So if there's a percentage sign in the expression here, then again I just want to replace. Okay, so I'll just copy this and then paste here. So if there's a percentage sign in the expression, so if there's a percentage sign in the expression, percent, if I want to, if there is a percentage, meaning if there is not a percentage, this is false, and then this will not be evaluated and nothing to happen. So if there's a percentage sign in the expression, I want to take that percentage sign and replace by what? A division by what? 100. So assuming you have 90, so something like, let me just write under this. You have 90%. Okay, 90%. This means that you have 90 divided by what? 100. This is the meaning. Okay, so we are just going to change this. That this means that everywhere that I see a percentage sign in this expression, I'll replace that with what? This. So every percent, the 90 you see here is the same 90 that you have here, but the percent sign is changed to what? As / over what? 100, which means a division. Okay, so that is all that I have to do here, and then I save, go back, and then run the code, and this solve that particular problem. So here I can say that what? 80%, which we always what? 80 on 100 is going to give us 0.8. Very simple. Okay, so meaning this can work with any operation that we want. We get our answers. I can do this minus this, I get this, I can do whatever. So all of these are now working except this time, which will be the very last video I'll work with. Okay, except that. Okay, so alright, so let me just work on this one before we try handling errors. Or yes, so the next video should be handling of errors. What I mean by this, if you have a number and we divide by maybe 0, still the application will crash. It's gone. But this should tell us something, not that unexpectedly the application will just crash and then closes. And then there are other errors too. So if I have this minus this, I mean I can clean this, I leave something like this. You see, anytime there is an operational sign, there should be a number after it. Okay, and if I'm to leave it this way, it's an error, and then the application will just close like that. So we have to handle that and then put that there is an error here. Okay, so if I do this, this closes. Alright, so on that note, I will end this particular section here and then see how to handle the errors that come, so that our application will not crash just like that. We have to handle the error. If there is an error, we should tell the user that there is an error in what you are doing. Okay, and we write the error there for the person to see. So see you in the next video. Don't again forget to like, subscribe, share, and then hit on the notification button